Hey everybody, welcome to Valentine TV. I know it is early to me. But anyway, caught Tisa Tales as she was going inside the courthouse. Y'all know this is day 3 of Diddy's trial. So you know the reaction. I'm trying to Tisa Tales. That's where I'll be reacting from. Y'all please hit that subscribe button and thumbs up the video. I'm still trying to wake up. I am so sorry. But yeah, and I have put my Cash App up if anybody wants to donate to the Valentine TV so I can so I can use it, right? Anyway, that didn't come out right. All right, start over. All right, today's reaction is coming from Tisa Tales as she enters the 3rd day of the Diddy trial. Okay, we know yesterday did not go well because she's going to tell you one reason why the prosecutors had to, like we kept saying, the questions, it's the questions, the prosecution, the one that's asking the questions, it ain't hitting right today. What's going on? But it's all, Tisa's gonna let you know that part, okay? And I'll be back with my reaction. And y'all please hit the subscribe button and thumbs up the video. I also put my Cash App up there if anybody would like to donate and help me out with the with Valentine TV. Feel free to do so. Anything would be appreciated. Thank you so much, and let's get into it.
Okay, listen, we are live from the courthouse. It is raining, but we it is raining, but first of all, it is raining, but there is so much news to happen. It's actually shocking. We're waiting to go in, but my people are saying that an explanation for why the Diddy tried to get Alex kicked out for something that occurred in 2018. Now, you guys, this is exclusive tea. I have insider information. We are going to see if it comes to pass, but baby, it is something. Okay, let me get away from the press line because I want this to be an exclusive. Okay, so Cassie and Diddy, something happened in 2018. Now, if you guys don't know, yesterday in the courtroom, prosecutors were fighting for Alex to stay in the courtroom because at the last minute, Diddy's team did something really, really grimy. Now, every defendant has a right to say, like, yo, I don't want this person in the courtroom. Oh, also, I want to give a shout out to Mel, NYC Reviews. He bought me water and popcorn. Y'all remember Mel NYC Reviews? We used to always do recaps of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We still might do a recap. At the very least, maybe we'll go out for lunch and take y'all on the way, okay? Morning. How are you? Yep. They are suited up. Homeland Security. Wait, that's police. No, that's Homeland Security. Homeland Security's out here. You guys, the courthouse is super safe and super secure, okay? Even if I'm standing on the street like a ragamuffin, but I'm waiting to go in. It's in the press line. I'm trying to see if I can. Thank goodness it's raining, so there's not really that many people around. But anyway, let me get back to it, okay? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, so here's what happened, okay? Diddy... Okay, I won't. Somebody was taking pictures, so, you know, I was busy posing, giving them face. Okay, so what is going on? Diddy's team pulled a last-minute dirty trick yesterday. Let me set up, and then I'll let you know what happened, okay? Every defendant has a right to say, listen, I don't want this person in court. They threaten me. They make me feel uncomfortable. Every defendant has a right to do that. However, with Diddy, what the issue was, they did it last minute. Usually when you make this request, you make it days in advance. Not as soon as your pregnant star witness is set to actually take the stand. They did it, in my opinion, to disconcert Cassie. They did it to make her feel that she was unsupported. And they did it because Sean Diddy Combs is known for, in my opinion, DICK moves. And that's what they do. To me, it seems like he still wants to have control. He still wants Cassie to know, yeah, I run this. You don't do anything, and I will control everything. It's funny how Cassie did a lot of testimony about how Diddy instructed her to do everything. She couldn't even touch the Smex worker without his permission, and he told her the way to touch it. And then all of a sudden in the courtroom, and she also said that he told her, oh, you're going to have to move away from each other, separate. And it's funny how in the courtroom at the last second, he was like, yeah, you and your support system, your husband, you guys need to separate. Now,
Now y'all know good and well that ain't how it's supposed to go. Uh, that is her husband. He's supposed to be with her through thick and thin. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know what happened in 2018 though. That's the reason the prosecution had to watch what they asked and said, because the judge said he may have to be removed for that. Whatever happened in 2018, I think that's the day that Diddy allegedly raped Cassie. Yeah, I'm looking at my phone. I'm hoping we don't mess up. I might start over, but I'm gonna keep going. But they're saying that's the day that Diddy raped Cassie, and that's what somehow whatever he did pushed her over the edge, and that's when she hasn't seen him since that day, y'all. Okay, so let's see what else.
Listen, prosecutors were arguing. The reason Diddy said that, he was like, listen, something happened in 2018. Alex literally texted me, cursing me out about something that happened in 2018, and literally said he was going to murk me. And I said, okay, fair enough. I heard Cassie's testimony. If you guys don't know, I did an amazing live, if I do say so myself, about what Cassie's testimony was. I didn't think it was the prosecution's strongest day as far as invoking pure emotion from the jury.
Right.
But as far as legal and laying the base, they said prosecution did an amazing job. But again, I'm talking from the everyman standpoint, because I'm thinking about the way it goes in the jury. I feel like sometimes lawyers and legal analysis talk to each other so much that they see a game that we don't. They're more into the technical skill, but I'm more into what's landing with the jury, because that's what actually counts.
Well,
You can run the best trial. If the jury isn't feeling you, they're just not feeling you. And we all know there are guilty people walking free and there are innocent people in jail. So it is up to the prosecution or the defense attorney to direct the jury into seeing what the true fact is. That's why you hire them. Anyway, let's get back into that 2018 move. Diddy was like, yo, y'all separate, right? And after he made all that mess when Cassie was about moments forward, I do feel like Judge Aaron should have said, like, no, you should have made this 12 hours in advance, 24 hours in advance. Now, it is Diddy's right, but it was tactical maneuvering. They're saying that is the reason why the prosecutors were kind of thrown off in their questioning, because they could not talk about a 2018 event. And anything when it led up to Cassie talking about her feelings, the way Diddy mentally abused her, physically abused her, put her in humiliating, degrading, sexual acts, it all led up to that 2018 incident.
and yes, y'all, he put her in that kind of position. Y'all, look, some people ain't realizing that Cassie was freaking 18. Diddy was in his 30s. He molded that girl. She was in love. That was her first love. Like, and as far as being introduced to the oral, as they said, that probably was she probably had heard of it, but it may have been the first time it was actually done on her by a darn man that's 17, 90 some years older than her. Okay, so and then he buying her this, buying her that. And before they moved in together, Cassie was staying with her mom. So yes, she was paying bills then, but once she moved out and moved it with, like, after where Diddy is, that's when he got the apartment for her, car for her. He started doing everything for her. And as far as the golf cart, riding a golf cart, that's because their houses, his house and her apartment was so close, he could just jump on the freaking little go-kart, or it's probably expensive looking go-kart, and just ride over to her apartment. Because as y'all know, Tisa Tales had did an interview with Red, um, and she also said that when Cassie and Diddy left, Cassie was like stoned out of her mind. She had never seen Cassie that way. Uh, and I ain't talking about sex, Red. Y'all know Red, Cassie's friend. Um, yeah, they rode off in a freaking go-kart because they was just going across the yard, like, not on the street. So yeah, They did had a freaking go-kart, golf cart. Yeah, he rode it. That's the way they did it. Okay? So yeah, we ain't talking about on the street or nothing, just riding in the yard, up the street. Alright, so yeah. So stuff happened and Tiffany Red, that's what I'm thinking of. Tiffany Red. And I'm sure that I think Tiffany Red may testify also. Because that was Cassie's best friend, Cassie's songwriter. And yes, and then they come to find out they did FOs to Cassie's freaking song that her and Tiffany had put together. Yeah, so Tiffany can talk more about Cassie's music, okay? Because she was the one that was helping her write it, produce it, all of that kind of stuff. So Cassie did have music out, okay? Yeah. So no, Cassie it's no Jaguar, right? I never wanted to say Jag's name on my channel because no Jag here. But anyways, no, she is not like her. Okay. And what I forgot what else I heard yesterday. But I love y'all. I do. No shade here, okay?
Incident. Keep in mind, Cassie did testify that they broke up around 2018. So what happened in 2018 that made Alex lose his mind, tell Diddy he was basically going to murk him, and have Diddy being like, well, I don't want you here because I have the text messages from 2018. Well, apparently in 2018, Cassie said it's going to testify today that Diddy raped her. Cassie is going to testify that Diddy raped her. Yeah, exactly. In 2018, something happened with Diddy and Cassie. It was violent. It was disgusting. It completely pushed down Cassie's boundaries and made her think that she is never, ever, ever, ever going to come back and entertain him in any way, shape, or form. Now, you have to ask yourself, are these rumors about Cassie's going to testify about Diddy's violent rape of her? Will it come to fruition? We will see. This is my insider tea information. We will see if it comes to pass. But to me, it tracked because something happened in 2018. Something happened that made Cassie say, I'm never coming back. And it pushed back all of Cassie's boundaries. And you got to think, Cassie had been smack trafficked. She had to do free calls. She had to do all this stuff. So what could have pushed by her boundaries so much that she was like, yeah, right? What could have pushed past her boundaries so much that she was like, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore? You really, really have to wonder. Anyway, we're walking into trial. Let me see if I can just keep this on the low, right?
Yeah, and also I listen to Tisa because she is also inside the courtroom. Inside. I mean, she said she tries to get close to the prosecution, y'all, so she can hear what's going on, what they up to, all that kind of stuff. But as you can see, this I'm gonna leave it right here because I'm thinking that's all. Let's see.
So you really have to wonder, we're walking in right now, you really have to wonder what could have happened that made Cassie feel this way. What could have pushed past the boundaries? And this is why they couldn't talk about a 2018 incident. This is why they had to keep ignoring the 2018 incident. This is why they're saying that the prosecution questions were so weird yesterday and didn't really lead anywhere, because where they planned on leading, they agreed that they could not talk about this 2018 incident, why Alex Fine was in the thing. This is the 2018 incident that Alex threatened Cassie over. This is the 2018
She meant to say Alex threatened Diddy over. Okay.
incident that the courts think is going to be a checkmate. And this is a 2018 incident that, baby, yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot. Hold on.
Okay, so she's going in the courtroom now. I'm gonna stop it right here, and y'all, okay. So what we have here is like I just want to make sure that because I was also going like, why are the questions like staying on freaking baby oil and why is the prosecution doing this and that and the third? That's because they had that sidebar and they could not, Cassie's husband they want Diddy and them want him out when they talk about such and such, as you heard. And so that made the prosecution have to go another way and go around stuff. Uh and also I would like that the first prosecution lady to go back up, because she was, I want somebody strong and just hit it hard. Go, go, go. What happened? What happened? You know what I'm saying? Because Cassie, the reason she's on this so early, like I said, is because her due date is this month. It's really like any time. Women, y'all know, 2 weeks before or 2 weeks after. So that's why she's on the stand, I think, so early. But I do think Tiffany Red is gonna because that's who Cassie told everything to. You understand? That's her best friend, and that was her songwriter. Yeah. So yeah. So I'll be back in a little bit to talk to y'all about more. But yeah, this is no Cass is not like that. No. As far as her when she shaved her head, yeah. Diddy, yeah, allegedly pulled a chunk of hair out of her head, and that made her have to shave her head, okay? That's why she shaved it. And then it's a picture. I don't have it. And plus, if I did, I don't know how to put it on the screen yet. But Cassie, when she been over a picture talking to somebody when she had her head shaved, right here, if you look right here, you'll see a green green mark. You know how when you get popped upside the darn head, you can see it. It wasn't you could the makeup had left it, but you can see the mark upside her head. Okay, so yeah, Cassie is not fake. Cassie went through a lot of intensive therapy. You hear me? And I think her being pregnant, her being able to put her hands on her stomach, and that I think that is keeping her mostly calm, because the baby is soothing her. Y'all women know what I'm talking about. Not like soothing her, like giving her, but she knows what's inside of her, and she's probably thinking of her other two daughters. So yeah, and I also think that this is all my opinion, as you can tell, that her husband should be in there. That is her freaking safety net, no matter what they talk about. And if he jump up, they just gonna put him in some handcuffs. So I don't think Alex will jump up. Diddy's just trying to run the room again. Man. Anywho, Cassie, I'm on your side wholeheartedly. I understand. Because like I told y'all, I understand, because I know. I do know. I've been there, done that. Okay? Not that long though, but been there, done that. Understand how you feel. You was in love, you thought. You understand? All right, people, I'm gonna get off here. Um, gotta go check on mommy. And I'll talk to y'all later. I hope y'all enjoyed this Diddy headed to the trial. All right, so I'll talk to y'all later. Don't forget to subscribe and also hit that thumbs up button, please. Thank you so much. All right, bye from Valentine TV.